Day 23, 40 days in the wilderness. Been with SuperPumped podcast. Today I want to talk about guides on safari and how critical they are. Guides have three basic tools, and the first one is their big rifle gun. And that's the thing that makes all of us feel comfortable, right? That we can walk through this vast wilderness and nothing's going to happen to us because the guide has the gun. But do you know the gun is the least used tool in their toolkit? Our guide today, he's been doing this 14 years. He's never discharged his weapon. That is not his biggest tool. Second thing he has around his neck, binoculars. Binoculars allow him to see out way on the horizon. And that's important because most of us, particularly if we're unfamiliar with something, we're just looking right down at our feet, like right below me here, seeing these rocks or those sticks or this grass. But with the binoculars, the guide is seeing things out on the horizon. And a good guide is seeing like 10, 15 steps ahead. But the most important skill a guide has is this. It's their brain. Because a guide has, over time, acquired a knowledge of the bush, a knowledge of what goes on in this ecosystem, how it works. The guide will tell you, oh, that's elephant dung, or that's a fresh rhino track right in that water down there. And you're like, holy cow, I don't want to get snapped in half by a rhino. With that knowledge, they not only can keep you safe, but they can enhance your entire experience because they see things you can't see. And so often as someone who's a DIY guy, someone who's I don't need a guide, I can figure this out on my own. Yes, I could figure it out on my own. I'd probably get killed out here. But the reality is the experience is so much richer, so much safer, and is just so much more impactful because of a guide. And I was thinking about that in the context of coaching and consulting, how there's so many smart people in the world doing a good job with what they have going on, either in their life or their business. But having a guide who's been there before, who's been through the trenches and able with the binoculars to see on yonder horizon, give you that feeling of safety, that is invaluable. And that is a critical skill. And it's one that, it's taken me a long time to see that it really is critical. When I think about safari guides, I think there's an applicable lesson in business and in life that having someone to accompany us, to see out there, to be able to know what's gone on, what's going on, what might be lurking out there, and how to avoid those pitfalls and enhance and make your life better, invaluable. So if you need coaching or consulting help, not available now because I'm out in the Serengeti, but when I get back, book a free consultation. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to be your guide for your business or for a more super pumped life. Thanks for joining me today, and I'm going to head on down here. If you've ever dreamed of pressing pause and rediscovering what makes your heart sing, I invite you to follow along on our YouTube channel or on SuperPumped Life on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I'll be posting every day, not only a podcast, but updates, stories, bonus coverage, and reflections through this Super Pumped adventure. If you're one of our awesome audio-only listeners, I would encourage you to go over to YouTube to see the incredible video footage of all that is going on in this 40-day Super Pumped adventure in the wilderness. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow.